You know, if you didn't know what it was, or if the sign wasn't there, you would not know that this is a Tennessee state park. But anyway, what's up you guys? Chet-Guthrie the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with another fun-filled video. Excuse me, had to clean my throat. That pollen is still here even though we are in the heart of summer. But here today we have come to visit the one, the only Dunbar Cave. Dunbar Cave, it is a cave that has been around for over 1,000 years, well even longer than that. It was used by the Mississippian peoples way back when. In the 1920s, it was a swingers ballroom, and even for a time, it was owned by the country musician Roy Acuff. Yes, they used to, or Acuff, Roy Acuff. And they used to play music in the cave. So you guys, we are going to check it out. You can go into the cave. There are tours that they do, but that does cost a little extra money. I think I'm gonna save that on another trip for another day. So let's check this out. I've been wanting to come here for a little while, so let's do it. Now here is a Tennessee Music Pathways. Usually they have these for places that have a lot of musical significance in the Tennessee area, but this kind of talks a little bit more about what Dunbar Cave was like way back when. Way back when, Dunbar Cave was a popular resort for many years prior to the becoming of a state park, beginning in 1875. Investors created opportunities to stay at Dunbar Cave in the nearby Idaho Springs. In 1931, the cave became a corporation, bought the cave surrounding land, and they put lights in 1931. And so anyway, this kind of talks about its history. It's got a lot of cool music history, and you would not expect it to be here, but I just find that really cool. So let's check out the visitor center. But real quick, I want to acknowledge the beautiful garden that they have out here at the Dunbar Cave State Park. It is really pretty. Looks like there are a lot of natural Tennessee vegetation, a lot of your prairie grasses, and it is hot outside, so we're gonna go inside. Looks like they have won a few awards in the past. Excellence in Resource Management, 2022, and Excellence in Interpretation, 2018. Unfortunately, it does look like the museum is closed for renovations. But I do want to acknowledge this. Check this out. This gate was installed at Dunbar Cave in the early 1970s, and it was replaced in 2006. And right beside that, it looks like Dunbar Cave also won Park of the Year in 2019. So even though the museum is closed at the moment, this is really cool. This is a really big gate. I hate that. I really wanted to see the museum. But you know what, you guys? That is another story for another day. So let's take a walk on the trail. I want to see the cave. It says right here, cave, this way. Looks like they have some more signs right here. And this is a piece of history that I was trying to figure out that I really don't know a whole lot about. But here in this area, you had a place called Africana Town. Now, in February of 1862, the U.S. Army's capture of Clarksville prompted many enslaved Africans to self-liberate and seek refuge in the federal garrison at Fort Bruce. So this general area where Dunbar Cave is, this is where they more or less head out. By the way, there is Swan Lake. That is really beautiful. So imagine you have a lot of enslaved peoples that sought their freedom. They got it, and during the Civil War, this is where they head out next to Dunbar Cave, which, by the way, if you look hard enough, that's where it is. But it looks like they have a really cool display right here, and this is known as the Three Sisters Garden. This marker right here describes what Mississippian life was like way back when in this area. The Mississippian culture, they were the mound builders. They were the people that came after the archaic Indians. And some people even believe that the Mississippian people may have had their origins come from the Aztecs or the Mayans that came to America by boat. But this right here, these are native plants that the Mississippian people would have planted way back when. I really like that. They have this on display. Looks like they've got some pumpkins. Of course, they've got corn. Corn actually came from Mexico way back in the day, or it was cultivated. Like the corn that we have today, that is not what it looked like hundreds of years ago. It looked a lot like wheat. Imagine 1,500 years ago, well, about 5 to 1,500 years ago, you would have Native Americans in this area cultivating their lands and building a bright new future, and they would love to paint inside this cave. And then about 800 to 1,500 years later, you have modern society's golf course. Yes, the legendary golf. No, I'm not beating up on golf or anything, but I find it so ironic that you have such a wealth of Native American history and knowledge and stuff written in, literally written in the stones here, and yet you have modern society playing golf right next door. That is Tennessee for y'all. Yes, the state of Tennessee. Oh, and this is pretty. Check that out. I really like how the water just kind of flows through here and into Swan Lake. And if you look hard enough, you can even see a fishy. And now this is what I was looking for. If you all are curious who Roy Acuff was, he was the king of country music and considered to be by many to be the father of the genre. You see, Roy Acuff and his band, they had the Smoky Mountain Boys, and they joined the Grand Ole Opry in 1938 and became one of the most popular acts. As the popularity grew, he even ran for governor in Tennessee in 1948. But he purchased this land right here, and if you look right here, you can see the pictures of what his concerts look like. See right there, that's what it would have looked like back then. And again, another one right there, and another right there. Those were the days. Imagine, country has changed so much in the last 100 years or so. You guys have to see this. This is from the resort days of Dunbar Cave. In 1879, Charles Warfield and Joshua Rice, they purchased Dunbar Cave and turned it into a resort. And they had many cottages in this area. And many of these cottages were simple one-room buildings that were in the hillside. And this right here, this is the ruins, or I shouldn't say ruins, remnants of one of those cottages. Just here, still remaining strong. Think about that. Way back when, the 1870s, early 1900s, my great-great-great-grandparents would have been in this building having the time of their lives. Even in 1886, there was a hotel that was here as well. However, it did burn down, sadly. And I believe it burned in 1892. There was another one, 1890. Sadly, that one burned down. So that is very unfortunate and very unlucky that both of them burned at like 2 years apart from one another. And now we are here where Roy Acuff and his band played all those years ago. As y'all can tell, a lot of families like coming out to this area as well. I have noticed that. But this is the room. And this room is gigantic. I think it was also a well house too at one point. I think this was the well house. I'm honestly not too sure. Oh my God. I can feel I can feel the wind coming up through there. That is nice. Now just above me is the actual cave itself, the cave entrance. Like I was saying, I don't think we're gonna go in there today. So I will put up here in the video what those petroglyphs look like, just because they are so rare that you don't see those anymore. And I feel like y'all should have the chance to see it, because it is really cool. And I'm not sure what this house was used for, this small building, this small structure. But I wonder, oh yeah, it looks like, yeah, I don't think it was anything more than, I think this was kind of like the music hall, or one of the music halls. Imagine way back when Roy Acuff and his band, so many years ago. And now you guys, now that we have made the walk out here, this small hike, even though the heat doesn't help, the humidity, we have made it to the cave entrance. Oh my goodness, getting hit with the wind feels great. This cave entrance is huge and very, very large. Oh my goodness, this is cool. Now, back in the tourist days of the Dunbar Cave, this right here, this is the old concession stand. This is where people would be listening to the music. This is where people would be buying all their various knickknacks, their food, their snacks, while the bands played on into the night. Good times, good times. And I just think it's so cool. This day, even almost 100 years later, it's still standing. Still standing. Now let's go in as far as we can to the Dunbar Cave. Now a while back, white nose syndrome, which affects bats, was found in here. And they did have to shut it off for a time. Actually, I think for a few months out of the year, they have to close it. And I think it's really just because of the bats, because they do have a bat population here. And this right here, in the rock, this is the cave. And the wafting air, this feels good. Oh my goodness. Feels good. It's like 92 degrees outside. And now this is really cool. I like the view right here. You can see from the cave going on out, the concession stand. I think this is another where one of the bands, I think this is where the bands would have actually played. So Roy Acuff and his guys, the Smoky Mountain Boys. It would have been right here. Right next to the cave entrance where a bunch of Mississippian people would have been drawing 1,500 years before. And speaking of tours, one is just now starting right now. But from here, this ranger right here, they will take them into the cave. I think we're gonna do that on a, like I said, you guys, I think we're gonna do that on a separate vlog. Just because I feel like it deserves a vlog in its own right. I think this is gonna be another vlog for another day. It's really hot. I think I've seen everything I've wanted to see out of Dunbar State Park, except the cave tour we'll do on another day. I think it deserves its own vlog. But anyway, guys, remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care and that y'all want to see more awesome videos. So without further ado, you guys, I'm going to get back in my car and I want to get back to Cleveland. Till we meet again, this vlog is over. Actually, there's one more thing. There is one more thing I have to show you guys. This is cool. Check this out. I did not notice this until I was on my way out from the cave. But check out this foundation right here. I think this may have actually been a part of the hotel. But this is on the hillside. Yeah, I'm thinking this is where the hotel was. Because you have this old foundation right here. Goes along the side. And this probably would have been one of the smaller houses. Dude, I can't believe I missed that. That's crazy. Okay, this place keeps giving me surprises. Like this. Look at the pipes. Pipes on top of more pipes. Old school drainage. But now you guys, this vlog is over.